Hello everybody, John here, and today onto the garage we're going to have a secret of the XK8, and this one's about earth straps. Over the last month or so, I've had 3 separate email conversations with subscribers who are having some weird and random effects on their vehicle. And one in particular, I'm going to name Ambrose Martos. Hi Ambrose. We've been chatting away and managed to resolve his problem. And it's probably the same issue with the other 2 guys. I'm just naming Ambrose because he sent in some stills of his situation, which helped this story. Essentially, he got a car that would run unevenly, that would sometimes start, sometimes not start, show different charge levels on the alternator, all sorts of random stuff. And where we've gone to is one of the secrets of the XK8. We've many times discussed, if you fear anything is wrong with your car and you're pretty sure that it's not a puncture, then it's probably your battery. And that very much still stays true. However, there is another issue with the battery end of things on the XK8, which is pretty universally bad and can cause some really, really random effects. And that is your earth strap on the battery. There is another earth strap in the engine bay, and we'll maybe deal with that another day. Ironically, it gives far less of an issue than this item does. Now let's just look at my earth strap. And I've got to say, I've got a very early car that's got some unusual parts on it. And those of you who are more familiar with XJS's will recognise this as similar in style to the late model XJS, and it's a very high quality earth strap. It's actually solid here. It has a short braided section, basically plaited wire, and it is compressed heavily by some, I guess, heat shrink, and has a really good terminal on the far end. Now, most XK8s do not have that. They have an open weaved plaited strap, much like you'd expect an earth strap to be. And that strap fails. And it seems so unlikely because it'll look fine. There is no way that as you're driving along, it's moving. You know, the battery doesn't move relative to the body, yet they internally fail. They burst wires, they fuse little elements of their own wire, they fray, and there are all sorts of theories as to why this is. The best theory is that the termination is not actually that good, and you're only making contact with some of the elements or the individual strands within the earth strap, and that on occasion you're arcing individual strands and they fuse. And over time, obviously, as more and more strands fuse, you're putting more and more strain on the individual items. So these can fail. They do fail. It's quite common. If you want to test if your weird and wonderful effects are due to a bad earth strap, take a jump lead, preferably much higher quality and with a heavier cable than this, but it'll do for demonstration. Connect it to your negative battery terminal, like so. Connect the other end to the point on the bodywork where the negative strap is connected. And if your weird effects are present while the car is static, that should make them disappear if that's the problem. If your problems only occur infrequently or when you park up or while you're driving, then obviously you have to do something slightly more safe, let's say. You don't want these jumping off and touching the wrong things, but you can do the same experiment. If the problem goes away, replace this, or just replace this. It's not a brilliant quality item as a rule, and would stand replacement. Followed by immediately changing that, because as we've talked, that is always the number one culprit. So that's a mighty quick one. Hope it's useful to some of you. And before we wrap this one up, well, I don't want to get into it, I'd just like to say thank you very, very much for all of you who have sent their best wishes, let's say, at this time. It is genuinely appreciated. I look forward to seeing you again onto the garage real soon. Please subscribe, it's free, you know. If you're enjoying our channel, then don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon so you get notifications of new videos. And please give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, and you can share the videos. And below the video is always the area where you can comment and get involved with the chat.